everybody! My name is Abby, and I am a new social media member of the team of René of Paris and Aderans Hair Goods, and I am an alopecia ambassador for the team. So I have alopecia, and I've had alopecia since I was about 2 or 3 years old, so I've been wearing wigs for a very long time. I wanted to start the stream without a wig just to kind of introduce myself as an alopecia ambassador and as someone who has experienced hair loss pretty much her whole life. Because today's topic is going to be about selecting wigs specifically for hair loss and alopecia. So I'm just going to touch on the main features that I personally look for. Sorry, a motorcycle going by. Features that I personally look for in a wig when I'm choosing a wig for alopecia specifically. So I've had alopecia, like I said, since I was about 2 or 3 years old. When I was really young, I mostly wore hats and like headbands and stuff, but as I got a little bit older, I started wearing wigs when I was about 7 years old. And between the ages of 7 and like 12, I feel like me and my family, who was like helping me pick the wigs out, were a little bit clueless with wigs. And then finally, when I started to learn more about these features that were the best options for someone with alopecia, it changed my whole world of wigs, and it's just been so exciting to explore new options. When I was younger, my parents would mostly order the wigs for me, and we'd do so online. And a lot of times when you're ordering a wig online, you can't always like expect what it's going to look like on you. And then when I was about like 12 years old, I went to a wig store in person for the first time and really tried on lots of different styles. And the woman at the wig store taught me all about great features for wigs for alopecia and wigs that look super natural. And I'm going to discuss those features today. So I'm just going to give a brief overview of the features that I look for, and then I'm going to show you examples on a couple of different wig options that I have here to show you. So some of these are personal preference, but I'll also discuss different options for different people depending on what you're looking for. So it's funny, when I first went to this wig store when I was about 12, the wig that I ended up choosing and kind of wearing for years after that was actually Cody by Amore, and it's still a wig that I wear pretty much daily. So the feature of this wig that really taught me about wigs for alopecia was the Monofilament Wig Cap. And what that does is it allows you to have a very, very realistic part on top. And I'll show you from the inside as well for the cap construction. So it has this very, very smooth double monofilament, so it feels amazing on a bare head. I personally never really wear wig caps under my wigs, so it's very comfortable even just on my scalp. And it's very, very breathable, and it's adjustable as well, as you can see. So I'll show you Cody on. I wear Cody all the time, so if you follow me on my own Instagram, abbyandrew.yt, I'm sure you've seen this wig. It's the wig that I really considered like my hair for years. So yeah, and I also wore this on the last live. I went live for the first time on here as a guest with Danny, Texas Wig Fairy, on Monday, which was a lot of fun. And I'm also going to be starting to do bi-weekly lives on here every Friday myself as the alopecia ambassador, so I'm really, really excited. If you guys ever have requests for lives you want to see me talk about or do, definitely message the account or message me personally at abbyandrew.yt. So yeah, this is Cody. Like I said, it has the monofilament part, which is really what like changed my life as a wig wearer growing up. And it's something I really recommend for anyone with alopecia, especially if you want a wig that's gonna look super realistic. Because when I was young, I was really concerned about people not knowing I was wearing a wig. So for me, having features like monofilament were extremely important, so that it looked like my own scalp growing through. I'm going to brush it out a little bit so you can see here. It looks like your own scalp, and on top of that, you can even change the part. So it allows it to be very, very versatile. Something else that I learned about monofilament when I went to that wig store for the first time to try on wigs in person was that you can style them with all sorts of regular hair accessories. You don't have to use anything special. So the woman at that wig store taught me all these things. She taught me that you could really like push the hair back and just use a regular hair clip to kind of clip it back. And ever since then, I've been wearing my hair in all sorts of styles like that because it's so fun to kind of switch it up without having to do anything too extreme or too that takes too much effort. It's so simple to just kind of like change it up for a quick look. Julianne says, I'm new to alopecia and thank you for your videos. Of course, yeah, I'm glad any videos that you've seen of mine can help you. And also, if you have any questions, definitely leave them here, because as I'm discussing features of wigs for alopecia, I'm definitely going to be answering your questions as we go. I think we actually already have some questions, so I'm going to take a quick pause and just answer some of these. One person asked, do you use any glue or tape? Are you ever worried about it coming off? So, Personally, I find that I don't need to use wig glue or wig tape because most of these wigs that I'm going to show you in a minute are adjustable. So as long as it's adjusted to the right size for your head, it should feel secure. So like literally I have pictures of myself doing cartwheels in a Cody and not even being concerned about it falling off because if it fits properly, it should be secure. So as you can see, they're all adjustable with these straps here. So as long as the wig fits you right, you shouldn't have to worry. There's also things on a lot of these wig caps. For example, the wig I'm holding right now is another Amore wig. This is Hayden. But a lot of these wigs also have these polyurethane strips around the cap, which you can use to add double-sided tape if you want to, just for extra security. But again, like I will literally do cartwheels in my Cody and not be worried about it falling off, which is really awesome. Love the Tatum on you, you got me to love it. I'm so glad. So I was gonna mention Tatum today. Unfortunately, I don't have a Tatum to show, but Tatum is another wig that I wore for so many years, and because I didn't have it in person to show you guys, I just wanted to show you a picture of it in the catalog. It's such a nice style. This is from one of the shoots that I actually got to model for the René of Paris Amore catalog, which was such an amazing, fun opportunity. But I actually got to wear one of my favorite wigs for the shoot, which was super awesome. So to give more backstory on my wig experience, back when I was afraid of telling people or just kind of nervous to tell people that I had alopecia, Cody was the wig that I wore from age like 12 to about age 18 when I was in like middle school to high school. Wore this wig every single day and would replace it every couple like months, maybe about every 6 months when I had to just like replace it for a newer version, just to keep it in good shape. But I wore the exact same style in the exact same color and ordered a new one at least twice a year just to keep it nice. And I never changed the style because I knew that changing the style would lead to questions and I wasn't comfortable telling people about alopecia back in the day. Someone asked me to try on the Hayden, so as I'm talking I will also switch to put on the Hayden. So yeah, so this is Hayden in Rose Gold R, so you guys can see it. Someone asked if you can order a larger size. Some of the caps do come in larger wig caps. If you want to look up which wigs are available in a larger wig cap, you can definitely check out the website, reneofparis.com. I think it depends on the style though. So here's Hayden. This is a very, very new Hayden. So it's got that very beautiful new wig look. This is one of the brand new Amore styles. And again, this is Rose Gold R. Also has the monofilament cap, which is very beautiful. But like I was saying, Cody was the wig I wore for many, many years. And then eventually when I went to college, I wanted to change, and I knew that people who I met in college wouldn't like know me before, so I could like use a new style without getting new questions. Without getting any questions that I was uncomfortable answering about alopecia. So at that point I did switch to Tatum, and then I wore Tatum for like many, many years, and that was kind of like my go-to style for a long time. Is this a lighter density one, would you say? So I would say this is like a medium density. Like let me compare it to another wig I have here. So there's some wig, it really depends on like what you're personally looking for and your own face shape and things like that. I do like lighter to medium density wigs, but some people like ones that are a lot thicker if it matched how their hair looked, if they're looking for that kind of style. But like I'd say this is medium. And then I also have a Stevie by Amore here, which is another wig I absolutely love. And this one I would say is a little bit lighter. But I think a good way to tell the density is like if you put it all in a ponytail, what it looks like. So this one's definitely like I would say it's pretty light, honestly. But it's not as light as like Miranda, for example, is probably like an even lighter version of this in a pretty similar style, but you can see. It's like a good medium density, I would say. Let's see, I think I had another question I just wanted to answer really quick. Okay, so how do you know where to place your wig on your forehead? That's so funny because this is something I always like question myself, even especially if I'm wearing a wig without bangs. Sometimes I'll put it on and be like, did I put this too far back? Like I can't always tell. But I would say like pretty much the trick I've heard is if, I'll do this without my wig on so you can see more clearly. If you like hold a straight surface on the top of your head and then like from your forehead up, I've heard that where that meets is about where your hairline would start. So mine would probably be about here. So does that make sense? So if you put like a flat line here and then a flat line from your forehead up, where it meets is like about where your hairline should be, or so I've heard. But that trick does typically work for me. So other features I look for in a wig with alopecia. Again, I mentioned the double monofilament cap, which many of the Amore wigs, if not like pretty much most of them, come in. It's a double monofilament cap, so you have that extremely realistic looking scalp. And then it's also very, very comfortable on your head because this fabric is just very, very smooth, very breathable, very comfortable. And again, like I said, I also don't typically wear any wig glue or wig tape because they feel so secure on their own. But that is definitely an option if you want that extra added security. But with something like the Cody, I will literally like get out of bed in the morning, put that on. I feel like I don't even have to look in the mirror. I know it's gonna look perfect. It's just such an easy style, and like not having to worry about adding wig glue or wig tape is so nice because I don't have to do much to get it ready in the morning. I could just put it on and go, which is amazing. But yeah, so monofilament is one option, but it's not the only option for sure. There's a lot of other options like lace caps, single monofilament, that also give you that very realistic looking top on the scalp. But there's also like partial lace or partial monofilament caps if you know you're not really going to change the part much. This wig I'm holding here is Lennox. I think this is in the René of Paris collection, I believe, and this is in pastel pink. I'll show you it on as well. But here is an example of a cap with just a lace part. So a cap like this is great if you know you're not going to want to change the part anyway, because you still have that very, very natural looking part on top, but then it also has a nice volume on the other side and it's very durable as well. But this is in pastel pink. It's such a beautiful color. This one's more of like a fun, like less natural looking color because it has like a pink tint to it and it's so pretty. So as far as this color goes, this is just more of like one of the fun ones. If you guys want, I can also discuss some of my favorite colors from the Amore and René of Paris collections, because there's also some beautiful natural looking colors. There's a lot of nice rooted colors. But this is nice because it has a really nice lace front on the Lennox. So you can see it looks very much like it's growing out of your scalp. So that's another feature I would definitely mention. That's good for people with hair loss or alopecia for a very realistic looking wig is if you are wearing a wig style that you want to be able to kind of push back, lace front is a great option to have a very realistic looking hairline. Like it's almost invisible, like you can't even see it at all. It's so invisible. So this one just has it along the part. So on top, extremely natural. And then it also has a nice durable cap on the side. And you have a nice volume to it as well. So again, this color is pastel pink, so this is definitely more of like a fun color, but also so beautiful. Do you ever wear machine made or is that too rough on your scalp? Machine made wigs are great as well, and they don't feel too rough. I think they're still very comfortable. Machine made wigs are really great for a more affordable option, and they're also more durable, and sometimes they give you more volume if you like that. So machine made wigs are also a great option as well. It just kind of depends on what you're looking for. They definitely don't feel too uncomfortable for me personally. Will wigs make your head itch or give you headaches? So they don't make my head itch typically if it's like a nicely made cap, which all the ones I'm showing you are very nicely made. Things like monofilament are extremely comfortable on your scalp. I worry when it's windy. So honestly, I would say you don't have to worry when it's windy as long as the wig is adjusted to the right size for you. So if your wig does feel like it's loose, it's possible that it's just not adjusted properly. So if anyone just came in recently, I'll show you that almost all René of Paris and Amore wigs have the adjustable wig cap, which is an amazing option to make sure it fits your head properly. So if you look at the nape of the neck, some of them have slightly different means of being adjustable, but this is just these straps that you just pull to the right size, almost like a shirt strap or something. And yes, you just pull that on either side and just make sure it feels nice and secure. And if it still feels too loose at that point, it could just be that you need a smaller wig cap size. Again, lace front is another really great feature for someone with hair loss, but personally, I don't always find it necessary. I think it is an amazing option for styles like this that you are going to push back and have it still look very, very natural. But many of my favorite styles have a sort of side bang or a bang that covers the hairline anyway. Like Cody, for example, that I showed you in the beginning, doesn't even like really need a lace front because the bang covers the hairline anyway. But lace front is definitely a great option as well. Okay, so let's see, what else do I have here to show you? So I already showed you Hayden. Again, that has the double monofilament cap that I was talking about, the same cap as the Cody. Here's another one of the new Amore. This is Kayla in the color Mocha Brown. Kayla is one that has a lace front, and it also has like a hand-tied top. And I believe this is a single monofilament top, but still also very, very natural on top. So double monofilament will give you that like super, super comfortable, smooth cap, but this is also very, very comfortable as well, and it's another beautiful style. I think I showed this one in my live with Danny on Monday, so I'll just briefly put this on just so anyone who wasn't there for that live can see it. But again, this has the lace front, so it's very realistic on the part as well. And you can change the part however which way you like, which is a lot of fun because then you have just as much flexibility as you would like with your own hair. So you don't have to worry about like parting it in a way that won't look natural. Just gonna show you that you can just use regular hair clips on these as well. Okay. So lace front is fun because you could do styles like this and have the hairline still looks super natural. And I kind of love hairstyles like this. I think they're a lot of fun. Almost makes me feel a bit like a pop star sometimes if you just kind of put like a little back clip or a back pony and just let it kind of flow really nicely. See, so the monofilament creates the look of the scalp. Well, they have both choices, monofilament and lace. So this is an example of one that has monofilament and lace front that I'm wearing right now. So you have the lace front, so it has a very realistic looking part, and the top is very, very realistic as well. So most of these will have, I think the last one I wore as well is a similar situation. This one had the lace part and the lace front. So yeah, a lot of them will have both monofilament and lace front if you want both. But again, lace front isn't always necessary unless you have a style that you want to push back like that. But a lot of the wigs with the styles that have like side bangs or bangs, you don't really necessarily need a lace front. And sometimes I almost find it easier to not have a lace front because then you don't even have to worry. I like wearing bangs in general because you don't even have to worry if the hairline looks realistic because it's going to be covered anyway, so you don't even have to think twice about it. But lace front is really nice for those styles that you do want to have like a pushed back look. So I'm going to show you one more of the new Amore, and then I'm going to show you a couple of the fair fashion and talk about human hair options as well. So to briefly discuss like my opinion on what I like for synthetic versus human hair, it really depends on what you're looking for because there's pros to both. So for example, with synthetic, it's gonna keep its beautiful style. You don't have to upkeep the style as much. So if you have like a wavy hair style, it'll stay wavy. If you have a straight style, it'll stay straight and look very, very nice and neat. And you don't have to worry about like styling it with tools as much. And with synthetic wigs that are not heat friendly, do not use heating tools on them because you can actually like fry the hair and mess it up. So do not use heating tools on your synthetic wigs unless you know for sure it's a heat friendly wig. So be super careful. Most of the styles that I showed you are not heat friendly, so you can't use heating tools on them. So just take note of that. So then the pros of having human hair are that you can use like heating tools to style them and change the style. So let's say one day you want to do curly, you can curl the human hair wig, and then the next day you want to do straight, you can straighten it out again. But at the same time, something to note about human hair wigs is that human hair wigs are going to have like some of the same problems that real hair will have as well. So you have to like make sure you're upkeeping the style. Like if you curl it, it's eventually gonna fall. But it's also good for people who have lost their hair and want to have the same flexibility with styling that they had with their real hair. Me, for example, I lost my hair when I was like 2, so I barely even know how to style human hair. So for me, I absolutely love synthetic wigs because they look just as natural and they're so beautiful. And then I also don't have to worry about the style falling. It's just always going to look amazing and perfect. Your brows are beautiful. Are they drawn on? Yes, they actually are. Thank you very much. I do have very, very light brow hair, but it's ultra blonde. I'm not sure why it's so light. Maybe just because they're like little baby hairs. My brows and lashes come and go a lot, so I do draw them on, but yeah. I could talk about that in another live if you guys are ever interested in hearing me talk about doing like my makeup for alopecia. Okay, so moving on to one last Amore cap wig with a different kind of cap construction. I think this actually has the same cap construction as the Kayla. But I'll just show you a shorter style of the new options as well, because this is another really nice, realistic looking wig. That's good if you like shorter styles. So this is Shay. Again, this one has the monofilament top with the lace front, so it has both if you do like that. Great point about human hair, you have to worry about the humidity. Yeah, basically those kind of things. Like you still have to think about the things you would with regular human hair that was growing out of your own head. So yeah, things like humidity or the weather or if it's gonna rain. Whereas with synthetic, it's like always going to look perfect no matter what, which is definitely a pro in my opinion, and that's why I pretty much only wear synthetic. I do love human hair as well. They're also so gorgeous. It really just depends. Also with synthetic wigs, you have a lot more color options as well. Human hair wigs, you pretty much only can do like very, very natural looking colors, which are all beautiful and amazing. But with synthetic wigs, you can get like really fun, bright colors. Like, I wasn't gonna show this wig because I feel like I mention it a lot and we talk about it a lot on the streams, but I'll just quickly flash it on screen so you can see. This is a new color from the Orchid Collection. Just an example of a beautiful color you can get with synthetic wigs that you wouldn't be able to get with human hair. Okay, so yeah, here's an example of one of the newer shorter styles if you guys do like shorter hair. Something else I was going to say about wearing wigs for alopecia is if you're brand new to wigs and you're looking for something that's going to be super easy, I love shorter styles for that reason, and that's part of the reason I wore Cody for all those years. So Cody is a great short style that I wore because you can pretty much just put on a short wig and not have to worry about doing anything to it. Like, it's pretty much just going to stay perfect no matter what. You barely have to like comb it out and it'll look great. Whereas with a longer wig, you just have to make sure you like comb it out more often, of course, because just longer hair gets tangled more easily. Just in general with like any hairstyle. You would also look great in any color from red to silvery white also. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's interesting because when I was growing up, I only wore one color because I just didn't want people asking me questions about wigs. But then as I got older, now that I'm confident about talking about alopecia, I change colors all the time, which is a lot of fun. So now let me quickly show you some of the new fair fashion human hair wigs, because these are beautiful options and extremely natural looking options for if you do like human hair wigs. Because yeah, it really just depends on your personal preference, but these wigs are like insanely realistic and natural. And they also come in a lot of different caps. I actually just filmed a video that's going to be on the René of Paris YouTube channel. That's going to be talking about all of the fair fashion wig caps. So definitely go subscribe to our YouTube channel, René of Paris, over there if you want to see me talk about in detail the different fair fashion caps. But these caps are all made specifically for people with like hair loss or going through chemo or have alopecia. So they're all supposed to be very, very realistic and very, very comfortable as well. What is the brown wig's name you had on? So you like the shorter one? So this one was Shay, I believe. I can't find the tag. This one was Shay in ginger brown, the one I had on a moment ago, and then this one was Kayla in mocha brown. And those are two of the new Amore styles. So yeah. Just back to the fair fashion wigs. The first one I'm going to show you is Dominique, just because I think this cap is a fantastic option for people with alopecia. This is the sensitive cap. And go to the website as well for more information on these caps. So here's Dominique. This one is human hair, and this one is so beautiful. I'll put it on in just a second, but let me just show you the cap. So another feature for great caps for people who want a really secure wig are these silicone non-slip strips. So Dominique is a great style with the, this is the sensitive cap from Fair Fashion, and the silicone strips all along this cap really help it to really grip to your head because these just have a really, really nice grip. Something to note about the sensitive cap is that this one isn't adjustable. It has a stretchy band here, so it's like it stretches to different sizes, but it comes in two sizes. It comes in small and it comes in medium. This one also has ear to ear lace front. So the other ones I showed you have like temple to temple lace front, so the hairline looks very realistic here. And that's like for the most part all you really need for it to look realistic, but this is ear to ear lace front, so it'll look realistic all the way from ear to ear. So this is Dominique. Okay. So here's an example of one I never really know where my hairline should start as well. Whenever I get a new wig like this, I do take like a little while just to figure out where I want it to fall on my head. But I just want to show you this really briefly. Look how incredibly natural that is. So this has a lace front that you actually have to trim when you get it, and you're supposed to trim it pretty much up to the hairline. I haven't trimmed it yet, so this is how it comes. Let me just give you a close-up. So typically when you get a lace front like this, you're going to want to trim it to about the hairline, but it comes a little bit longer just so you have the flexibility of how far you want the lace to go. But if you look at the scalp, this is also extremely realistic, and these wigs are 100% hand-tied. So you have like hand-tied versus machine-made, and hand-tied are the ones that are going to look extremely realistic because each strand is like pretty much sewn in one by one. So it's just like, it looks like it's growing out of your own head. So yeah, this is a fantastic option. Beautiful, beautiful style. And if you are curious about the color, this color is 8R14/25. And if you want to see more of the color options available, go to the catalog on the website, reneofparis.com. And the last wig I'm going to show you from the Fair Fashion collection is Emily from the Fair Fashion line from René of Paris, the new human hair line. This one is so beautiful. Now this wig, I'm in love with. I'm in love with them both. I'm in love with all the ones I showed, but this one I think is just so cute and so comfortable as well. And again, this one has the natural looking part. This one has something called a French top, which is actually triple monofilament. So it looks incredibly natural, and it's so soft in your head, it barely feels like you're wearing anything. Same for Dominique. So it's very realistic, and it allows you to change the part, again, any which way you choose, and it'll still look like your own scalp peeking through. Like nobody would ever even question that this is a wig. Like, it's insane. It's so beautiful quality. Oh, Miguel said fave, so Miguel likes this one. Thank you very much. This is one of my favorites as well. I think this is so natural. And again, this is human hair, so you can curl it a bit if you want. You can straighten it more. You can do whatever you want to it pretty much, and it's so nice. Now let me show you the wig cap. So again, the Fair Fashion line has a couple of different wig cap options. So this one is slightly different from the other one. This one is the natural cap. This is the natural cap. Unfortunately, I don't have time to go into all the differences and the details here, but you can see this one is 100% hand-tied as well. These strips along the side are the polyurethane strips that you can use for a double-sided tape if you do want extra security. And this one is adjustable, whereas the Dominique was not adjustable. This one is adjustable. But Dominique is stretchy, so it'll still stretch to the size, but you want to make sure you're getting the right size between small and medium. And for more details about the sizing there, just definitely go check out the catalog on the website. But this one has a different type of adjustable cap. This one actually has these like hooks. So you can unhook it and just like kind of pull the band here into one of the other slots, like so. So this color is 8/14. So something else to note really quick about the Fair Fashion wigs. I think some of them use European hair and some of them use Asian hair. So they're gonna have different color wheels for the two types of hair. So this is a color from the European Hair Collection. So that's from the European hairline, and then Dominique was one of the Asian hair lines. So if you look at the catalog, you'll see that they have different color wheels for both. Okay guys, so I'm getting ready to end this stream pretty soon. I just want to make sure if there's any other questions, if any of you guys have questions, definitely let me know. And also, if you ever have questions about alopecia that you don't want to share on a public platform, my DMs are always open. My messages, you can always message me directly if you have any questions. My Instagram is abbyandrew.yt, and I'm also going to be coming on here for bi-weekly lives, so every other week. I always forget if bi-weekly means twice a week or every other week, but yeah. So I'm going to be doing every other Friday live on here. And then every other week, there's also going to be a video with me on the René of Paris channel as well. So a lot of the videos that I'm going to do are going to be talking about things like alopecia and just coming from the perspective of someone with hair loss and alopecia. So yeah. Okay, so if you guys have no other questions, thank you guys so much for watching. Definitely don't forget to follow this page if you're not already, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Check out the beautiful website for more answers to questions there. You can see all the beautiful catalogs there as well. And yeah, send some hearts if you guys liked watching this, and feel free to message me any questions you have as well. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Have an amazing weekend.